Smoke. So be it, so be it.
You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't mad.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. All right, a chance to check out stats for Jaden McDaniels.
He's having problems with his shot these days, and the analytics show that with his true shooting percentage headed down in the last 10 games. I wouldn't be surprised if he turned it around quickly, though.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And for Golden State, down low it'll be the tenacious pair of Butler and Draymond. Sharpshooters Curry and Hield pair as the backcourt. A good chunk of the season is past us now, Grant. I'd imagine the wear and tear is adding up for some players.
Yeah, it varies from guy to guy. You know, vets are usually dealing with something just from playing so many years. But, B.A., the rookies, they're learning now what it takes to be in NBA condition.
And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, when you're the size of Gobert, you're already living above the rim.
Here's Curry. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
High percentage look right off the bat.
Now DiVincenzo. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Phoenix. And yep, it's good.
Well, that's the thing about DiVincenzo. He stays active at both ends.
Now the Warriors with it. Pass to Curry. From deep. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Hield against Edwards. To the inside. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Yeah, they could feel that dunk all the way in France. Gobert with the huge dunk.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
Timberwolves ball.
Here's Edwards. Off the inbound, no good. We've seen Anthony Edwards dramatically increase his rate of three-point attempts.
Yeah, Brian, while also increasing his percentage. It makes him that much more dangerous as a scorer. We know he can finish around the rim, and that creates a pick-your-poison situation for the defense.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Drops in the layup for 2. Curry's got 7. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Randall outside. Beyond the arc. Minnesota again missing. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 1. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
It's off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Moody's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski comes in for Hield. Minnesota on D. Here's Curry. Randall pulls down the board.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is given it.
Up next, the Mavericks taking on the Timberwolves. For the Mavericks, it has been a roller coaster of a season for them. But tonight, they look to ride the fervor of the home crowd and take another step toward their ultimate goal, Timberwolves, Mavs. Coming up next, don't go anywhere. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Klay Thompson.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for Dallas, Washington out there with Flag. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Christie. And it's Nembhard in at the 1 spot.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards, confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
Well, year after year, Clark, we continue to see Anthony Edwards increase his scoring.
Yeah, and I like the fact that his efficiency has gone up as well, Kevin. That's a nice combination. Scoring going up and efficiency improving, and that's a problem for sure for the rest of the league.
Nembhard with it. Left side, Davis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This is why they feed Davis inside. I mean, they know how much of a beast he is down there, and he eats good.
Edwards, no good. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Nembhard. And the 3-ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. 6-point game. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Gobert kicks to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Now Nembhard. High post, Davis. And finished off by Davis.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself. Couldn't control himself there.
Now here's Edwards.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
Nembhard, the pass to Davis. Well, Greg, hadn't this been a fun season so far? And it feels like the highlights just become more and more spectacular.
And that's because these guys are so competitive, trying to constantly one-up each other, and the fans are the beneficiaries.
The Mavericks leading. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. Ant's defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Guys?
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. And it's Dallas with another.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
They get it back, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Trying so hard to contest that shot. Got a piece of Gobert there.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. You know, Clark, Rudy Gobert is often the victim of unfair criticism.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there. I mean, that's just what people tend to do, the talking heads, if you will. I think too many times folks focus on what he can't do instead of appreciating all that he does. I mean, he excels as a rim protector, a screener, a physical presence in the paint. I mean, I think he's going to go down as one of the all-time outstanding defenders in league history.
And here is Washington after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Mr. Gobert, back to Conley. Left side, Edwards. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got 18 points.
Boy, he has been special to start this game, shooting 8 of 9, just making it look easy.
Christie has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
MVP 2025 believe it that.
44 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
Wow, Gobert showing some quickness on that shot.
Dallas has gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, pass to Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And when Ant gets to his spot in the mid-range, there aren't a lot of options for defense.
Conley against Nembhard. Here's Christie. The three-pointer is right on target. Christie's got his third basket of the night right there.
You know, this early scoring is as much about the lackluster defense as it is about either team's offense.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Mavericks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
Timberwolves trail by 3. So, Clark, looking at the history of the Timberwolves, they're in the most successful stretch ever.
Yeah, you look at the first 24 seasons, Minnesota won just 2 playoff series total. They've won 4 rounds in the last 2 years alone in the playoffs. You know, what's been the key if you ask that question? I'd say having that guy Anthony Edwards is where you start.
They've got Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall's out there to play Thompson. And there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Williams at the 2-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Edwards has come in for the Timberwolves. From the stripe. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Edwards got 22.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Williams. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Randall kicks to Edwards. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. we get a chance to check out some stats for Jaden McDaniels.
And the one thing that he'll be looking to change is the downturn in his three-point percentage. It's taken a hit here the last 10 games. I know he's putting in extra work to get that rhythm back.
Here is Davis. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. Here's Gafford, and the layup is good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some latent defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Reed. Now here's Conley. Bounce pass from Reed. Edwards against Christie. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Coming into this, having notched to win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Well, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other. After knocking down 2 threes in the first quarter, he's been a non-factor from deep.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Anthony Davis talked about what motivates him. He said championships, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard. All that stuff matters the most to me. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but my legacy will win that battle every time.
Connects again from distance.
And would you believe he's nearing 4th place for most three-pointers of all time?
I cannot believe it. Not only does he have the talent, but he never stops working on his shot. This guy is something else. So coming close to 40 years of age, Mike Conley's production has slowed down. But Clark, he is still so valuable in so many ways.
And his value comes in his production, but maybe more so in the intangibles, which are really hard to measure, but they're palpable. You feel them. They make a difference. They have an impact on the team and individual young players. I mean, he's one of the best teammates and leaders in the NBA. Always plays it within himself, has great perspective and wisdom. He's just a joy to be around and a very, very good teammate and leader.
Edwards, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Well, it's clear he's frustrated. Just needs to slow things down a touch and let the offense come to him.
Read the pass to Randall. Here's Edwards. And the rejection by Gafford. Down low. Out to Thompson. Launches it. And it's Thompson again missing.
He's letting it fly, but the results just have not been there.
Over in the corner, Conley takes a 3. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 4. Christie with it. Out defense by Randall. And Gafford throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dallas. Clyde comes in for Klay Thompson. And then for Minnesota, Gobert, he's checked in for Randall. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. The putback, Gobert. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's
makes it easier to get those second chance hoops, too.
To the inside. And it's slammed in by
the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
1:09 left in the second quarter. Loads it up for Davis. The shot misses. Timberwolves trail by 6. Edwards inside. He's covered by Washington. Off with the layup. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. .44 seconds left to play here in the half. For 3, Edwards. For 3, Edwards nails it.
Edwards, such a terrific athlete. He can stop and pop those in with ease.
It's Davis on the wing. Shot clock at 6. 18 feet out. And rebounded by McDaniels.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Mavericks lead by 1. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Greetings all, halftime is upon us and an entertaining game with the Dallas Mavericks battling away.
Their bench has been strong, guys coming in, accepting their roles, playing well in the minutes they're getting.
I'll take your word on this one, Kenny. You're the backup expert.
All right, guys, let's swing it over and see what the fans have been posting. And Hooper No Bloopers wants to know, it seems like you guys have a blast working together. How much do you love your jobs?
Best job in the world, getting paid to come in and roast Kenny on a daily basis. What's not to love? But don't you try and do it on social media. I have his back.
Well, you know what? I'll dish it right back at you, Shaq. But I agree, this job is the best, seriously. I mean, how often and how easy and how lucky we are to get to be here and do what we do, Ernie.
Well said, guys. That was right from the heart, I could tell. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch it.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. Here's Edwards. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Mavericks leading. Gobert with the block.
That's exactly what Rudy brings to your team on the defensive end.
For the lead. Outside, Edwards. Shoots over Nembhard. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Edwards got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves. Nembhard, the pass to Davis. Davis using his size.
Wow, Davis on fire right now. Doing just about anything he wants on offense.
And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2" to 6'10". But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant. Adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The shot's good from Christie.
A lackluster effort on defense gave him the look he wanted.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Edwards. Nembhard grabs the board. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's stolen by Gobert. Edwards finds Randall. Out to Edwards. And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul.
Couldn't avoid the charge there, even with the little hop step.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Edwards making a statement.
Edwards is a true scoring machine, and he is relentless. He's lighting it up tonight.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Christie. High post, Davis. For three. Christie can't make it.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
Christie with the rebound. So it's the Mavericks now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Edwards. What a shot by Edwards.
Not afraid to mix it up down low. Edwards is a big guard. Really put together nicely. He's got a great body.
Nembhard, the pass to Davis. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And a wide open look for Flag. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Gobert double teamed. Pass to DiVincenzo. And stolen by Flag. From deep Washington. They get a hand on it. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Friday, they'll be playing against Michael Porter
timeout.
and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Lauri Markkanen and the Utah Jazz.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Daniel Gafford comes in for Davis, and it's Najee Marshall in for Washington.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. The shot by Nembhard and nobody around. And again, Dallas with the three. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Mavericks.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And I've also noticed how opportunistic they've been off turnover, doing a really good job taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes.
Conley against Nembhard. Gafford, bounce pass. And here's Marshall from the arc. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Pass to Marshall. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the third. 3-on-3. It's Edwards on the wing. Covered by Gafford.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
And Flag throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Mavericks ahead, up 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Najee Marshall is out there with Davis. Then it's Russell. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Thompson in at the 2 guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
Pass to Shannon. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And she's got a story for us, an update. Allie?
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He wants his team to be careful with the ball. He's not happy with the amount of turnovers they've coughed up so far. He believes if they focus on being more patient on offense, that will help cut down on the giveaways. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Edwards has come in for Mike Conley. Number 5, Anthony Edwards. Here is Edwards. Edwards at full speed. And Edwards with the stuff.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
3-point lead. Pass to Davis. Six on the shot clock. To the right side. And here's Marshall from the arc. Connects from three-point range. Marshall's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Edwards. And the rejection by Gafford. On the wing, Thompson. Russell against Edwards. Russell no luck. Timberwolves trail by 6. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Marshall finds Davis. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. 16 points for Anthony Davis.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Here's Edwards. Edwards with a physical finish inside.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Mavericks leading by 6. Nembhard, the pass to Davis. No good from outside.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Timberwolves passing it around. Out to Edwards. It's stolen by Nembhard. To the wing right side. To the left wing. Flag. No good on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 6. to the middle. Here's Randall, and then Randall slams it in.
Boy, Julius Randall putting some spice on that jam.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Pass to Washington. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail by 4. Left side, Edwards. And another one falls. Amazing. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Nembhard with it. Picked up by Edwards. Nembhard sets the pick for flat. And the 3 misses.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Edwards. Flag with the rebound.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Up top, Christie. Davis. And he gets that one to go.
Anthony Davis showing you he's in control when the spotlight is on.
And we got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Randall. And hit the 3.
Not a good shot at all, but that's what happens when you get desperate.
Stolen by McDaniel. DiVincenzo.
Tenacious offense from DiVincenzo, sticking with his selection to draw that foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a one-possession game.
Nembhard fires. He's off from 3. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. He gets it to go.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Davis, 18 feet out. Count it.
AD is the man. Prime-time play by a prime-time baller.
Edwards. Christie there for the rebound.
Give the defense credit there. Normally, that's 2 points.
Here's Davis. The 3 is off. Edwards looking it over. To tie it up. Washington rips down the rebound. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Christie with the screen for Nembhard. Missed on the 3.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
That's the way to go.
Edwards.
Boy, at 6'4", 225 pounds of twisted cable wire, Edwards is built like a linebacker.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2. Good on both.
There are not many players you'd rather have at the line there. Those free throws were huge.
The critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Edwards against Nembhard. Here's Davis. It's in.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And what's their best move at this point?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Right side Davis. regulation. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Here we go.
Here's Nembhard. Out to the forwards. It'll be McDaniels and Randall. Guard and off guard. Filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Edwards. And yep, another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Christie fires. Rebounded by DiVincenzo.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
To take the lead, Davis pulls it down. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Outside Edwards. From about 19, hits it again. Wow.
And what a night. Arguably the best in franchise history.
Tying the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. It's stolen by Gobert. Fast break, Minnesota. It's tipped. About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Nembhard. Count it.
A really excellent passer for his position. Davis more than capable of dropping down.
Trailing by 2. Outside Edwards. Finding the way. Good. He hits again.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time.
A superstar-level talent for sure. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I like his competitive spirit as much as his skill.
And stolen by Flag. Here's Davis. Lets it go from 11. Gobert there for the rebound. And here's Edwards. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Max Christie, he drills the 3.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's Gobert. Randall. Davis pulls it down. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
That makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Minnesota calls timeout. 23 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
At the line for 2, P.J. Washington.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately. Woohoo! Yes, DiVincenzo. What a gamer. Somebody who lives for these kind of big moments. Watch out.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
14 foul. Now at the line for your back. Get ball. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those three.
Here's Edwards. Jacks up a 3. It's off. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it.
AD, this team overcame one heck of an individual performance. How'd you do it?
We got to a good start. But we just said we're not going to let one man beat us. He can score the ball all he wants. But we got to load up on the field and make him take tough shots. I think we did that.
Well, your full team effort prevailed. Congrats on the win.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce.
And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Time to start the weekend in style. We welcome you to Friday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler, this is Brian Anderson. And we'll have Allie LaForce reporting for us. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at Los Angeles, still early, but they have the 3rd best record in the conference. And checking out Golden State, currently they're 5 spots behind them.
When I look at the Lakers, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
Well, they were in everyone's crosshairs, and they've actually outperformed some of those predictions. That is not easy to do with a target on your back.
And now the Los Angeles starters. LeBron and Hachimura in at the forward slots. Luka and Reeves are the 1 and the 2. And it's Ayton in at the center position. And for the Warriors, sharpshooters Curry and Hield pair as the backcourt. Down low, it'll be the tenacious pair of Butler and Draymond. And it's the Warriors with the ball, following the score by Los Angeles. Curry, no good. Tim, it was pretty unique to hear the Warriors vets say they don't want a team to mortgage the future trying to chase one more ring.
Really shows you the selflessness of this group. Here you've got Steph Curry, a top 10 player in league history, who maybe would want one because there's no time like the present.
Thinking more like a GM than he is a star player.
Smart. Keep that cupboard stocked.
And Stephen Curry's been so good for so long. Tim, we tend to forget that early ankle injuries held him back.
Yeah, really, Brian, hard to imagine what he's overcome. Surgery in seasons 2 and 3 that strengthened his lower body and got those ankle braces. Sports medicine has unleashed a killer.
Shot is good by Curry.
Well, Curry gets the contact, and then he makes the adjustment to convert.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Back to Doncic. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. Doncic has got 7.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him what lessons he's learned from studying tape on Luka Doncic, and coach told me, well, one thing is you can't force him into anything. Luka plays at the pace that he wants to play at and goes where he wants to go on the floor. But we can try and take away his options, and that should present some obstacles for him. Back to you. And
Allie, thank you for that. An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected Cam? Here's Curry. Uses the glass on the layup. 9 points in the game.
What a move by Curry. It actually looked like one of his pregame ball handling drills.
Hield against Reeves. Pass to James. And a miss there on the triple.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
And he gets the bucket. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. From deep, here's Doncic. His first miss of the game. 3 of 4 from the field now. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
The Lakers trail. Doncic passes to Reeves. Here's Ayton. Hey, from beyond the arc. They get it back. Doncic. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
How about the hustle from Doncic? A winning player.
Outside Curry. Over Doncic. That one rolls around and rims out.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Outside Reeves. Drains the triple. The league, you must have a good idea of how these guys are feeling this deep into the year.
No, BA, it's hard to describe. There's such a physical drain on your body, and mentally, it might be even more difficult.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Some changes for Los Angeles. Hayes is checked in for Hachimura, and Smart subbed in for Reeves. Back to Doncic. Fires for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. 12 points for him.
And their offense tonight is Luka, and more Luka. When he's on, it's an opponent's worst nightmare.
Now, here is James. Moody defends. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Curry. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
Here's James. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
And that's where LeBron loves to operate. Close to the bucket, in the high percentage area.
Curry against Doncic. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 19 points.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
And there's James from the arc. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
From the corner, LeBron so versatile offensively.
Here's Curry. And there's another one for the Warriors.
Hey, he's doing whatever he can right now to pump up his teammates.
And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Hayes. Back to Ayton. Oh, and a dunk by Ayton.
Man, oh man, look at the agility for a guy that size. DeAndre, throw it down. I love it.
Here's Curry. And there's another one for the Warriors.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
And slam dunk by James.
Oh, neither of these teams can miss. At the same time, neither is playing a ton of defense either.
Here's Curry. Got it. 25 points in the game.
Earning his money on the interior tonight. That's a nice move.
1 second left. Can't hit that one. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for Los Angeles. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Well, that's true, and they've also been going right at the rim, which I love. Attack, attack, attack.
As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton, a definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
They've got Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's Al Horford, and it's Podziemski in at the point. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter.
And Curry is really putting his stamp on this one.
From deep, Reeves. Horford pulls it in. The Warriors trailing. On the wing, Curry. He's covered by LaRavia. And the jumper from the wing offline. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Smart for 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Yeah, he's so much fun to watch. Smart hit that corner 3, and his teammates and coaches are all about it.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. Lakers coach J.J. Redick has brought an attention to detail to this team. Austin Reeves said, quote, set the foundation of doing stuff the right way, and if we do that, we can be a really good team. Redick said it's important to always emphasize the things that you want. That hopefully becomes part of your identity. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Releases from 15. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
The mid-range jumper isn't the most popular shot these days, but it's working for them.
Smart passes to LaRavia. Fires the 3. He drops it from range. And the Lakers lead by 5.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Here's Curry. And there's another one for the Warriors.
Rising to the challenge. He's given them everything he's got.
The Lakers have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Outside Reeves. The 3 is up. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And the shot goes down. Curry's got 35.
Yeah, Curry is deadly from anywhere on the floor, including the mid-range.
No doubt, Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, B.A., he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances, off balance, with only a sliver of daylight. And this is why teams often choose to double him the moment he crosses half court.
Green's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski comes in for Kuminga. Ayton, he's checked in for the Lakers. Luka Doncic comes in for LaRavia. Smart for 3. The Warriors pull it in. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with the victory.
And in the last meeting, they definitely had the upper hand at the charity stripe.
Shot is good by Curry.
Oh, man, they have really heated up from mid-range.
Now here's Reeves. He's covered closely. And Ayton with the stuff.
I love the fact that Ayton didn't just lay that up. He wanted to leave no room for doubt. Beautiful slam right there.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Curry's got 40 points.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Down low. And stolen by Green. Doncic against Curry. Outside, Green. Pass to Curry. Takes the 3. 4-3. Stephen Curry.
And I bet he wishes they could play this team every night. Things are going great out there offensively.
From deep, here's Doncic. Rebounded by Butler.
Well, he wanted to answer that 3 with one of his own. Unfortunately, he couldn't knock it down.
And here is Green. Shoots over Ayton. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Lakers. Trailing by 2. That'll be just the second road game of 5 in a row. That three's off the mark.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
And here's Curry for 3. The Lakers for the rebound. We've got 1:28 left in the first half. And there's Reeves. That one's good on the assist by Doncic. Reeves has got 10.
You know, Reeves is such a crafty and clever player. He's so good at finding ways to score inside.
Some changes now for the Lakers. Hachimura comes in for Hayes, and James is subbed in for Smart.
Well, it tells me that they overachieved in the regular season, but a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve. Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Curry on the take. Oh, the driving skills are underrated for Stephen Curry.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
James outside. From deep, Reeves. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 4 rebounds now
for the game.
Just putting on a show. Doncic passes to James. 4-3. That one's off. 4 for 7 in the game now.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks. Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
And it's Doncic missing. Pass to Curry. Up and over Doncic. Curry's shot is off. It'll count. The shot comes out. And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Come one, come all.
Fairly easy stretch for them. Could even have some blowouts, allowing them to rest their stars a little bit.
That would be their best case scenario. All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Los Angeles Lakers. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
And so in the game for the Lakers, Hachimura at power forward with Ayton at center. Reeves and LeBron out on the perimeter. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position.
Well, the purest jump shot this game has ever seen. Curry's touch, his release, just picture perfect.
And down it goes. 2 points. James has got 11 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
And the basket by Hachimura.
Oh, he'll wear you down with the way he grinds it out on the offensive glass.
The three from Curry. Pure from three-point range. Curry's got 57 points. And you watch Buddy Hield, Tim, a 6'4", sharp-shooting guard. Some similarities to your game.
Well, he gets those threes up at a rate I could only dream about back when I played, BA. The green light that shooters play with these days, I tell you what, it must be nice. Well, a lot of miles on those legs, but Green can still get up occasionally to flush it.
Hachimura from long range. Rebounded by Green. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. Curry against Doncic. And there's Curry on the assist by Green. Green's got 4 assists now tonight. Pass to Hachimura. Outside Reeves. Now here is James. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. The Warriors lead by 12. Outside Curry. Up and over Doncic. Curry's shot is off. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. Doncic with it. And it's Hield picking him up. Outside Reeves. Back to Doncic. Oh, Luka playing grown man ball inside.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, thanks a lot. Luka Doncic talked about wearing purple and gold. He said, it's the Lakers. So many past legends, so many championships. You don't come here for anything else. So I have everything left to prove, and that's the goal. I get to play in the greatest club in the world, and I'm excited for this new journey. Back to you.
A new beginning. Thank you, Allie. Lakers trail by 8. James finds Doncic. Oh, Luka attacking with authority.
Going on the attack, Luka doesn't give them a chance to get between him and the rim.
Moody's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski comes in for Hield. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Curry. Again! What an avalanche!
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. And here's Doncic outside. Shot's no good. 7 for 13 now in this game.
Well, he made a couple of shots early, but since the half, he just can't seem to find his rhythm.
And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Curry, that's good.
Well, guys, I'm happy I'm not guarding Steph right now. On nights like tonight, Curry can do no wrong.
And Doncic with the jam.
Incredible. It sometimes falls to the point guard to be the offensive catalyst.
Seems like he always knows when his squad needs a lift.
It was an aggressive move that could change momentum.
There's a minute 40 left in the third. Doncic outside. The 15-footer. The shot's good on the assist by James. James has got assist number 5 here tonight. The Warriors lead by 11. The 3 from Curry. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. Green's got 6.
And that's Draymond giving his team extra possession, showing you that motor.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And the Warriors make some changes. Al Horford's checked in for Draymond Green. And it's Jonathan Kuminga in for Butler. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Hayes is checked in for Ayton. Kleber comes in for Hachimura. Arabia is checked in for LeBron. And Reeves is subbed in for Luka Doncic.
And Smart has always been a good passer, but in recent years, he's really honed in on his playmaking abilities.
Curry from inside.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
Reeves, the pass to Smart. Hayes, the 3 from Curry. It's stolen by Smart. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Here's Curry. And again.
And that's 70.
He is unconscious.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Oh, swiped away. Stephen Curry getting it done for the Warriors. Doing some damage from deep. He now has 5 3-pointers in the game. We'll be right back after this word. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
We got to get the first domino to fall, and then it's boom, boom, boom.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Al Horford, Moses Moody out there with Brandon Podziemski. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga, and it's Butler in at the 4-man position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Reeves against Butler. Hayes with a screen on Butler. Shot clock at 3. And here's Reeves outside. Kuminga pulls it in.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss was just on him.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout. Clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Vincent's checked in for Smart. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Allie, thank you. Here's Curry. Good! That's another bucket!
What a game from him. 72 points.
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. Reeves with the ball. Kuminga defends. Laravia outside. Launches a 3. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, well, Reeves is a fantastic passer at his position. His selfless attitude is a big reason.
Hits yet again! Wow!
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time great individual performances in league history.
Honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. He's in the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and then Wilt's 100 are the only higher-scoring games ever.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Vanderbilt's checked in for Kleba. Connect comes in for Laravia. Smart's checked in for Reeves. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Vincent. And Smart goes up strong at the rim.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Curry. And it's good. He hits another one.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages.
He's surpassed Wilt Chamberlain's less famous scoring mark from 1961 and Kobe Bryant now in his sights.
Horford passes to Curry. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. The shot from 20 feet out. The Lakers with a rebound. And here's Connect outside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Smart has got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Curry. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Lakers trail by 7. Doncic fires. He launches. And another shot. And he lays it in.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Yeah, Curry's so smart at drawing fouls and getting to the line. That's why you have to be careful with how you defend him.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
Well, even halftime, they couldn't slow them down. They've been hitting from the mid-range, though, all game long.
And I've also been very impressed with their ball movement. It has led to better shots. The offense overall has had a great rhythm.
Curry! Oh, connects again!
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands alone for 2nd most points in a game. Unbelievable night.
And with 81 in the rear view, he has only Wilt's 100 mark left. This is the closest anybody has ever come.
Yeah, I like that decision right there because Ayton is a really efficient, high percentage scorer.
Curry. Rebounded by Doncic. Lakers trail by 5. LeBron James from distance. Easy work.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Curry. Oh, he dropped it straight in.
He's just a natural-born leader. This team counts on Curry to take over in exactly these spots.
Doncic fires. The three is off.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the three.
Los Angeles has gone 4 of 9 from three-point range in the fourth. LeBron, a smooth operator inside.
Oh, easy to see why LeBron has the ball in these moments. He's dependable at coming through for his team.
Count it!
Well, if you need a big one, just give it to Steph Curry. Got quite a few rings to back that up.
Doncic. Oh, the long ball, no good.
Something's off about him this quarter.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
And for the Lakers, they're shooting it well at 59%. And Luka finishes it off at the rim.
Now, that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Curry drives in.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Doncic buries it from outside.
And from the moment he stepped into the league, Luka's been a big-time player.
It's all come down to this one critical possession.
And, B.A., you can feel the intensity in this arena.
Outside Curry. 5 to shoot. Oh, wow. Unable to get off a shot. They'll turn it over. Very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the T.O. How do you think this is going to play out?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
I am really curious to see what he's got in store here.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
Down one with just enough time for a couple passes and a shot. We'll see what they can do.
And so the big win by Golden State in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
All right, to Allie LaForce with our player of the game.
Stephen, plenty of momentum swings in this game. What made the difference in the end?
Because everybody was on. Defensively, it was a tough night on both sides, just trying to contain and fire around and try to contest shots. But at the end of the day, we made a couple more plays, kept our composure on the stretch, and got the win.
It's a beautiful thing when shots are falling.